Penelope is back with another American Light Whiskey release with the Founders Reserve 15-year-old, follow-up to their 13-year-old released 2 years ago, which was a massive hit. How good is this? Is it worth their money? Well, let's find out. Also, I'm going to be comparing this to one of my favorites of last year, the Old Carter American Whiskey Batch 12, to see how it stacks up. Okay. Oh yeah. Welcome to Whiskey Rank. My name is David. And Penelope was started by two partners in 2018, Mike and Danny. Fun fact, Penelope was named after Mike's daughter, Penelope. When they started in New Jersey, they noticed a state law that allowed small brands to obtain wholesale liquor license, basically bypassing the three-tier system and allowing them to sell directly to the retailer or the liquor store. So what did they do? They drove all over the state, from retailer to retailer, from liquor store to liquor store, literally selling Penelope from the trunk of their car. And as they got more successful, by September 2019, they were able to find a distributor to do their work. And now they're available in more than 30 states and in 3 countries. So Penelope got really popular due to their unique and great finishes. I mean, Rio comes to mind, Valencia, Rosé, Tokachi. I mean, they also have great 4-grain barrel strength and toasted finish as well. Actually, they got so popular, in fact, that MGP purchased Penelope in May of 2023 for $105 million. Mike and Danny, in 5 years, built a $100 million company. Must be nice. But it made a lot of sense. Penelope was an NDP, non-distilling producer, which meant that they sourced all their whiskeys from MGP. And with MGP, they wanted to grow their portfolio of brands, and adding a brand like Penelope made a lot of sense. Now, Mike and Danny has decided to stay on, and they're still part of the team that leads Penelope. How long will that last? No one knows. But it is rumored that now that MGP owns Penelope, that Mike and Danny will have access to honey barrels, older barrels, or just barrels that they never would have had access to before. Maybe Penelope will bring out some awesome whiskeys in 2024 and 2025. All right, well, let's move on to the Founders Reserve American Light Whiskey, aged 15 years. Some of the stats: proof is 128.4. Its age, obviously, at least 15 years. And its mash bill, 99% corn and 1% malted barley. It is non-chill filtered, and it was aged in second fill ex-bourbon oak barrels, which the reason they call it American Light Whiskey. As always, too much talking, not enough drinking. Let's get it. Opening ceremonies. Oh yeah. I'm gonna let this open up for a couple of minutes. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So before I fast forward through my experience to get you the results faster, I'm gonna give you my first impressions. First, the notes. Wow, very creamy. And the palate, fire in the hole. It's sweet, but it's a different type of sweetness. Well, I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, I'm back. Well, that was a fun experience. So first, let's start with the nose. So I got creamy sweetness right away. So my first impression, I said creamy, which was very interesting. It felt like it was more like a vanilla pudding or a custard. And then you get the citrus of the apples and oranges, and then you get a hint of spice, very little, almost like a hint of nutmeg. And then it turned into more of like a cookie dough sweetness. So more of that sweet sugar, but it was more just that doughy goodness. So the nose was fantastic. And then the palate, just like the nose, it gave me sweetness right up front. But it wasn't the brown sugar or the caramel type of sweetness. More like a honey or a honey packet type of sweetness. It was more sweet, but honey for sure. And then it gave me a little bit of that powdered sugar sweetness as well. So it was sweet, but it surely was more smooth. Now the mouthfeel was oily, smooth, gave me a little bit of spice. It wasn't like baking spice, it was more like oak spice. So I wrote down like a campfire spice. So if you're ever in front of a campfire and you get a little bit of spice from the wood smoke, that's what it tasted like, which was very interesting. But I didn't get much or if any fruit or citrus at all. So it wasn't too complex, it wasn't too balanced per se, but the sweet and the spice, it did really well. It surely didn't drink like a 128.4 proof. It drank like 100 proof, as in it was smooth, it went down easy. And the finish was long, a slight oak spice, a little bit of vanilla cream, and a lot of the dark chocolate sweetness or slight bitterness at the end. Really kept it interesting. So my overall experience score for the Penelope American Light Whiskey aged 15 years, 8.5. Excellent. It does one thing really, really well. The sweetness. It's not the intense brown sugar caramel type of sweetness that's just too overwhelming. It's a light honey powdered sugar type of sweetness that turns into more of a vanilla cookie dough type of gooey goodness that makes it really, really good. And then it does add that oak spice to keep it interesting. Now, can't go above really 8.5 because it's not really that complex or balanced, produces a lack of fruit or citrus, but that sweetness is off the charts. So I think this is a great whiskey to relax. So if you're after a long day, you just want something a little sweet after dinner, this would be perfect. If you're enjoying this content, please push that like button. It really does help me out. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Also, if you stay up to the end, I do have a giveaway. So please stay till the end. So the other factors real quick. First, the allocation. I gave it a 4, not easy to find. I think it's a little different. I think if you keep up with Breaking Bourbon or you keep up with Penelope, the moment it's released, it is in a lot of stores. Especially here in California, I was able to find it in 3 or 4 stores. But since it is a limited release, once it's sold out, it doesn't really come back. So that's why it makes it a 4 instead of, let's say, 6 or 7, which it is right when it's released. Style points, it's a 6. Penelope being a newer brand starting in 2018, for whiskey enthusiasts like us, we know Penelope, we want to buy stuff like this, but for the majority of the population, they still don't know Penelope. So I'll have it in my side shelf. Now price, I paid for 110 at Looking One Liquor in Mission Viejo, but I have seen it from anywhere between $100 to $150. So with all that combined, my final rating for the Penelope American Light Whiskey, aged 15 years, it's a buy. Have one on your shelf. It's worth the hunt. It's worth the price, about $100, $110. I certainly wouldn't go above 120, but it's a different experience than the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof or even Stag or just bourbons in general. It gives you intense flavor without the punch. Stag or Elijah Craig, it's just a lot of intense with a lot of punch of brown sugar, spice, fruit, and it's an experience. But sometimes it can get a little too intense. Some nights you just want something really good, really sweet, but just to relax a little bit. And I think this is the perfect whiskey for it. I think it's a great change of pace. I think it's a different type of sweetness. So to me, I'm absolutely glad I got it on 110. Now the second part of the video, let's see how it stacks up to my favorite whiskey of last year, the Old Carter American Whiskey Batch 12. All right, I'm gonna make this pretty quick, all right? So first, the Penelope, just for a reminder. Oh, the creaminess. Yeah, the honey sweetness, the oak spice, really good. All right. Now, to the Old Carter, the nose. Oh yeah, the fruit, the cinnamon, the sweetness. Oh, fantastic. And then the palate. Wow. Yeah, that cinnamon type of sweetness with the vanilla creaminess and then the red fruits. The final result, which one is better? Obviously, which one is better in a vacuum? Old Carter. I think with the balance, it's so much better. But when you add in the relation to the price of 110 compared to 200, 250, and the availability, Penelope is probably more available than the Old Carter. So would I take one Old Carter American Whiskey Batch 12 over basically 2 Penelopes? And the answer is yes. The Old Carter is just so much better. Now, that's in relation. So this is the comparison I thought of. Penelope American Light Whiskey is like Dak Prescott, and the Old Carter American Whiskey is like Patrick Mahomes. Dak Prescott arguably is probably the top 5, 6, maybe 7 quarterback in the league. There's only 5 or 6 humans in the world that's better than him at quarterback. He is a fantastic quarterback. But when you compare him to Patrick Mahomes, all the flaws come out. Clutch, not coming up in big moments, etc. And that's how this compares. Penelope itself, in a vacuum, great American Light Whiskey. 8.5 for experience. But when you compare it to the old Carter American whiskey that has everything, then the flaws of the Penelope, the lack of citrus, the lack of fruit, the lack of balance, the lack of complexity really gets exposed in a sense. But by itself, still a great whiskey, still a buy, and I'm absolutely glad I have it. I think at half price, still worth it. It's really good. So I thought this would be a much better comparison or a much better fight. But yeah, the old Carter, oh man, incredible. Thank you for watching till the end. Now the giveaway. So I reached 2,000 subscribers last week. Thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you guys. I appreciate every viewer that's not even a subscriber. I appreciate everything. And also in my last video, the Whiskey Haul video, I did mention that I did receive a lot of gifts from a lot of great people. So I did want to pay it forward. And I know it's a small step, but I'm going to start with a giveaway of the 4 Roses single barrel 100 proof version. Now, a couple of rules. A, you must be over 21. B, you must be in the lower 48 states. And then you must like, be a subscriber, and comment in the video 4 Roses. So you can obviously say a lot of things, but also 4 Roses has to be somewhere in the comments. And you must comment by this date, which is 2 days after video posting. The reason, a lot of my loyal viewers do watch my video about in the first 2 days. I see a lot of you guys comment within the first hours, even minutes of the video posting, and obviously within the first 2 days. And so I do absolutely appreciate that. It really does help me out. I see the same names over and over again. So that's so awesome for me. And so I did want to give you guys the best opportunity to win this giveaway. I'll try to do more giveaways that gives a lot more people an opportunity, but this one I did want to try to give those viewers that always comment, maybe have that notification bell, a little bit of an opportunity. So again, must be 21, lower 48 states, like this video, be a subscriber, and comment 4 Roses. All right. Thank you so much. After the drawing, I will post the winner, the community post, and I will contact them through the comment, the reply in the comment, and also I will try to mention it again in my next video coming up. Thank you so much. Thank you again for the 2,000 subscribers. I appreciate every one of you guys and gals, and I hope that I keep on providing entertaining content, because I know your time is very precious, and I'm absolutely grateful that you get to spending it watching me talk about whiskey. So thank you again. I'll see you guys next time.